So the part that really stuck out to me this week in our chapter reading was how this case study, they included their staff in reflective activities. They met for that first meeting, and then they created that vision statement and goals. They had each participant bring a vision board that reflected their hopes and dreams for the program, which I thought was really neat because they're including their staff. They're making them feel like they're heard, which I know is not always the case. They then came up with a vision statement, and then at the second staff meeting, they went over goals, framework to guide the groups in creating goals that would focus on quality in all aspects of the program. And the feedback from it was really neat because they also led to a shift in leadership and how they supervise their teachers. They realized that the way they were doing it wasn't effective, which I think says a lot about their leaders, that they were able to shift their thinking, shift their leadership skills, because sometimes I feel like leaders can get stuck in their way of thinking that they don't necessarily think that anything they're doing is wrong. So for them to shift that, I thought was really neat. They realized that they were missing a critical element, support for great kids, educational and curriculum component. They were able to shift their budget and hire some educational leaders, which I thought was really awesome. And then I also found a website that talked about the importance of reflective practice. Enhances self-awareness, it improves teaching practices, it can strengthen relationships, foster continuous professional growth. It says through reflection, educators can identify strengths and areas of growth that help improve their teaching practice when we are able to take a step back and realize that this isn't working. And I think that's important because every year, every child is different. So sometimes even I have found myself just needs to step back and say, maybe the old way I've done things isn't going to work this year. How can I shift things? How can I change in my classroom that works for these kiddos? And I have observed some of this at our internship site. I do my internship at an agency, and I know before they've done like team building things, like they have met and they do monthly meetings. They talk about if concerns, things that aren't working, what we can do to fix it. And it's a lot of team camaraderie. They're always helping each other. They're always jumping in if we're short-staffed. So I see a lot of that. And even the site supervisor jumps into the classrooms and helps where she's needed. It's not one of those things that it's not my job type thing. So we see a lot of that.